Okay, real quick, serious video. Anybody who read my post from last night about hibachi or watched my set your goal video this morning that I mentioned the hibachi thing last night. It's kind of been weighing on me a little bit. I give you guys advice all the time, and I talk about how important these customers are because they're the ones who make us the money. And right now, mostly people could be very stingy with their money right now because a lot of them aren't working, or they're on unemployment and they're not making quite a bit, or at least not as much as they were. So we could be making a lot less money, and again, here in a few weeks, I can almost guarantee you we probably are going to be making a lot less money once everybody has the freedom again to go out to eat and go to the movies and kind of enjoy the life again. So anyway, it's been kind of weighing on me a little bit. It was kind of weighing on me last night that, I knew I wasn't doing the right thing. I should have, even though it was probably about 10-15 minutes after the customer sent that message, or longer actually, because I think they sent it right after I dropped the food off, and I pulled out of the driveway, because I looked at the time stamps on the message. I pulled up to Hibachi, and I sent them the last text message I sent them about getting the pop for them, and it was no problem. And then I went inside, got the food, realized they wanted a Pepsi. They only had Coke, and I sent them that after as I was walking out the door. That was the last text message I sent them. Was they have Coke, not I got you Coke because they didn't have Pepsi, something like that, and they sent a thank you right away. So that was like time stamped, probably about 10-12 minutes before the message about they gave you the wrong order. And that's roughly about the time it took for me to get from Hibachi to their house and drop it off and leave. So, and then it probably took me another roughly 10 minutes to get home. And then I get home, I do my spreadsheet, give my cats their treats that I give them every day. I get home, my little routine, go to the bathroom, change out of my day clothes into my PJs, and then I went to go make my dinner. And I looked at my phone, realized I had a text message on there, so I looked at it and said they gave you the wrong order. So this had to have been probably about 15-20 minutes, so probably about 10 till midnight when I actually realized I had that message. And I justified not responding to it because it was so late and the restaurant was just about to close, and I had in the back of my head, well, I bought you pop. I'm not worried about it. I had stupid, selfish things in my head. I should have responded to them. I should have said, I'm sorry. I really apologize. Ask them if it had their name on the bag. Tell them that I told them the name when I walked up. That's the order they gave me. After I gave them your name, blah, blah, blah. The same routine I normally do when I'm actually still out driving. Like right now, the one I dropped off, she opened up her Dairy Queen and realized it was the wrong Blizzards, and she texted me. I would respond, okay? And since I'm still kind of close, hell, I might even go back to pick them up, come back to Dairy Queen and get it. All right, even though it's really not worth my time, and the bag was sealed, it's not my fault. So I probably wouldn't go back and do it. I'd probably say, I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to contact DoorDash, Grubhub, whatever it was. It was Grubhub. I'm only doing Grubhub right now. So, but since I was already home and I was done for the day, I was justifying I'm off the clock. And I've never been like that. I'll be honest with you. I've never been the off the clock type of guy. I have clocked out at hourly jobs. I've clocked out at salary jobs. I've clocked out at commission jobs. I know you really don't clock out at commission. I mean, you do clock out. You're off the clock, which means you're not registered as being an active on the day. So, and I've stayed for probably a few hours helping people out when I didn't have to. I wasn't getting paid for it. So to not send a simple text message and respond to their concern that they got the wrong food, especially when they did tip. It wasn't like a huge tip, but it was a $3 tip, which is a nice tip. Okay, it's a delivery driver tip. All right, especially when they're close to the restaurant. There's nothing wrong with a $3 tip. And we had that whole back and forth about the pop, and I bought them the pop, and hey, I hit my goal, which means I made, it doesn't mean I made a lot of money. I didn't tell them how much I was making, but obviously if I said I hit my goal, it means I set a goal for myself and I hit it. So it means I made the money I wanted to make, and I'm not taking care of the customer. Okay, so it's been bothering me. And then somebody commented on one of the pages, like, did I return their text? Did I respond to their text message? I said, not that late. And ever since I sent that text message, it's been even more on my head about that. So that's why I'm making this video. So there's a lot of you, that seem to like to listen to watch my videos and take my advice, and I feel like what I did last night was against my core values of what I'm doing. I know I'm just a delivery driver, but it's still against my values for customer service. Okay, I've always had strong customer service values, and I went completely against that last night and didn't respond to the text message. I didn't answer the phone call. And that's my bad. So I apologize to those of you that I don't want to say look up to me. I really don't think anybody should be looking up to me, because I'm just, I'm doing my job most of the time. I do a lot of things wrong, but the one thing I try my best not to do is not take care of the customers. So I try my best to make sure I take care of the customers as best as possible, especially if there's some sort of issue. And I didn't double check the bag to make sure her name was on the ticket like I normally do, because I was the only person in there. And I told them who I was, and I had my Grubhub bag and who I was there for. So I would like to, this is my sincere apology to those of you who do look up to me and take my listen to my videos for advice on the best practices to do. All right, and I don't want any of the negative comments on the bottom, like screw them, it's not your fault, blah 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 blah. I didn't double check the name on the bag, so I didn't do that. So that is my fault. I didn't respond to the customer. That is my fault. If you don't respond to the customer, that's just wrong. Okay, it's completely wrong. So I don't want to hear any of the garbage underneath in the comments about any of that. So I can't give you advice if I don't take my own advice. All right, so if the customer texts you with something wrong, at least respond to them politely. Okay, I had a guy tell me yesterday, there's another example. I was over at Mr. Heroes with an order that I got assigned to somebody else got assigned to, again with DoorDash, and he said he has a friend who does it, and he does it too, but he has a friend who does it. He goes, he's just rude. He said after he delivers something, he said, call, you know, he always just, he responds to them. He returns their text messages, but he always just responds, basically, if there's something wrong with it, they text him, and he just says, he's like, call DoorDash, not my problem anymore. All right. I'd rather you ignore them than send a customer that message, because that's just bad for all of us, okay? And what I did last night is bad for all of us too, because that $3 tip on that order is going to probably be a $0 tip on their next order. All right, they might be like, well, I'll give them cash if the order's correct when they drop it off, since last time I didn't get the right thing, and the guy didn't respond to me, so it makes me look like an asshole. And I don't like looking like an asshole unless I want to look like an asshole, because, you know, anyway. So what I did or didn't do last night reflects on all of us, okay? Not just me, not just Grubhub, not just Hibachi. It reflects on all of us, okay? So that could turn that tipper into a non-tipper very easily by doing what I did last night. So I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to make sure I respond to the text messages as I should, okay, and as you should, and as I tell you to. I should do what I tell you to, okay? So I'm not going to be that do as I say, not as I do thing, all right? I'm not that kind of guy, and that's kind of what I did last night. So anyway, I hope you're all having a nice day. It is a beautiful day. It seems kind of slow, but it is a Monday, and I'm sitting about where I need to be, maybe a little bit under, but again, it's a Monday during lunch, and nobody's at work. So I'm going to take me a little bit of a break here. I'm going to go into Walmart because I think I want to buy a new laptop, because my two that I have are old and outdated. So while I'm not getting orders, I think I'm going to swing in here real fast since it's a Monday. And there's my order. That now I can't do it. So unless it's a low ball, if it's a low ball, I'm not doing it. So anyway, take it easy. Peace out.